can be toxic.
The problem with online feminism is that
it all depends on the type of content you are consuming.
It can be toxic in ways it doesn't want to be.
There are pages where there is a lot of male bashing happening left and right. For everything they want to get patriarchy, and for everything they're going to call the male society bigots and all of that.
when a person is told that their values or the views that they hold is complete trash on their faces, they would get closed off to an open discussion, and that is harmful to this whole movement.
If you want to deny that there is inequality in the society, it can sound toxic to you.
I am comfortable with nudity, and if I would like to post something online with my nude body, then it might be a trigger for some other person with body image issues, with something that the patriarchal society has brought upon them.
But regardless, I think online feminism has only allowed for the community to grow.
I've laughed at sexist jokes.
I strongly agree to that. I don't know how to justify that though. I mean, yeah, okay.
Oh, you like pink? Oh, you. I didn't expect you to like pink. And then you laugh along with it because you don't want to be the one bullied. And then hence you turn into a person who supports this kind of system.
So this was the time when I was growing up. I wasn't comfortable with my own gender. So I was trying to hide the fact that I'm a woman by laughing at sexist jokes.
Before, I did not know that certain jokes were sexist or certain jokes were oppressive to certain genders.
Now that I'm comfortable in my own skin, I think I'm more aware about these jokes, and I try not to, even though there are other factors that because of which peer pressure or in a family situation and I don't want to raise my voice, I might even now, which I'm not proud of.
And I don't think that should be taken seriously. I'll laugh at jokes which are played against men too. I don't really have an issue there.
Hi, I'm Divya. I'm an engineering student. So the whole point of feminism is for us to get this whole cerebral equality that we're asking for, because we have the same brains, not the whole masculine powers. And I'm also a secretary in Girl Up Mukti. Girl Up is a United Nations Foundation campaign where we help raise funds for various third world countries like Malawi, etc.
Pseudo-feminism exists.
Person who's speaking hasn't really understood the meaning of the word feminism or the movement that is going on right now.
In a society that's filled with extremists, there are people who take advantage of feminism to hate on men, which is not the goal of feminism itself.
They would agree with the whole Me Too movement as long as it's not someone they know who is involved. I think that's where it comes in, that it's an ideology where you can't just use it, discard it whenever you feel like it's not convenient for you.
Hello, I'm Aditi and I'm 20 years old. I'm currently doing journalism. Is to be a strong, independent, authoritative woman in a patriarchal society.
Being a feminist has affected your relationships or friendships.
You're in a friend circle or you're in your family with your cousins or your relatives, and there is some joke cracked and you don't want to laugh and you want to put up an argument, but you hold yourself back.
Because I am an opinionated person, but I also keep my opinions to myself in a lot of situations where I feel it's not appropriate to talk about it. It's probably the way I was brought up or something, so I can tend to be a bit of a diplomat.
Sometimes because of other people doing the same thing, and sometimes you have that energy and the urge to correct them then and there, because we have to have difficult conversations. Yes. People will give you the tag saying, oh my god, she's going to come up with her feminism everywhere. So it has happened to me.
My name is Sabah. I'm 23 years old. I'm studying journalism. Feminism to me is about female empowerment and equal rights for women, and to give them the opportunities that they wouldn't get otherwise in a male-centric world. You can follow me on Instagram at Sabah on paper.
Female privilege exists.
And privilege. Okay.
I'm kind of let down that people think that female privilege exists.
I have a brother and he's allowed to go out late at night and nobody's going to go paranoid and be like, where is he? What is he doing? When I'm out and I haven't picked up my calls, there's obviously somebody who's flipping in the house. My parents are losing it because they're scared. They're scared. What happened to me? Did somebody kidnap me? Did I get raped? It's there.
Since I have seen years of female sufferance, and I don't really see a point where I can see privilege as in for women.
We should be aware of the fact that the privilege we have today is because someone fought for it at some point long ago that we're not aware of. So we cannot like discard it or just let go of that altogether. We should remember that.
I'm Aditi Chandrasekhar, I'm 21 years old and I'm doing my MBA specializing in communication management. To me, feminism is about equality in the society in general.
Female athletes deserve equal pay.
Female athletes, I would agree with the statement.
Men's basketball gains more revenue compared to the women's basketball, so that's where the money is a problem.
Sadly, sports is very subjected to endorsements and that's how people generally earn money.
The female body, it goes through a lot. We have period pains and people go through childbirth and they're expected to come back to work like nothing has happened. And the industry takes it as a reason to cut down on the payment, but it's a natural process.
If it is not a problem, if they have equal funds, then I don't see any reason why you're not supposed to pay them equally.
Let's compare men's cricket versus women's cricket. Not a lot of people watch women's cricket, so that's why they don't generate that much revenue and they can't afford to pay the same as much as the men. So I mean, if you somehow are able to work with these technicalities, I think they do deserve equal pay. I'm Kshitij. I'm a student of politics, economics, and sociology. Treating every gender with the respect that everyone deserves. You could follow my blog. It's called theliberatedman.info.
World would be a better place if it was run by women.
Because women would understand the oppressive system that exists currently better and it would be a much safer place for women if it was run by women.
It all depends on the kind of person and not the gender. So if there's a man who is doing exactly what the woman is doing, then I think it's totally fine.
There are exceptions like in New Zealand and in some other countries which were led by women leaders. At least during the pandemic, we saw that they performed really well. They could handle the situation, contain the virus.
The whole argument that comes up is women are more considerate, but if we are talking about cerebral equality, then might as well not differentiate over here based on gender.
I don't see feminism as an obligation or a responsibility that has to be held by a woman just because she belongs to the feminist gender or feminine gender. Wait, I'm doing it as a feminist gender. Wow. That is so controversial to say. Okay.